Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we will check out the green leader from OP07, Jewelry Bonney, 5 life leader, mono leader, so quite nice at the moment. A lot of 5 life leaders are really strong because a lot of opponents are quite pushy, like Doffy for example, also the 5 life Luffy, the purple Luffy. Which can rush you really fast down, so especially for somebody like Jewelry Bonney who wants to stall, go into late game, 5 life is quite important. Her leader ability is quite nice. For one Don, you can rest an opponent when he's attacking. When the opponent is attacking with a character or leader, you can rest one of his other leaders or characters, which is quite nice. So you usually only have to defend out of one attack in the early game, which is quite nice. And with characters like Cavendish, which sets up 2 additional Dawn, you usually can work with more Dawn than other leaders, and you have the advantage of just playing with more Dawn, which is quite important. Otherwise, you wanna overwhelm the opponent in the late game with some big characters like Doffy, like Eustace Kid, and the Shanks. And then maybe wait for a good situation to use your Hoodie Jones, rest some opponent blocker, and just go for life. As you can see, we play 2 different types. Most of the time we're playing the Don Quixote Pirate and the Supernova. We have here the Don Quixote Pirate Searcher, the Baby 5, and the Supernova Jewelry Bonney. The deck has quite a problem with breaking, I would say, especially because you can riff kind of easy with the Searcher, which feels really bad. Because you're playing also other characters like Carrot, for example, which is a Ming type and you cannot search, or the Hoodie Jones you cannot search, or even the Shanks you cannot search. So there are some characters or cards which you cannot search. So it can feel a little sad if you're riffing with your searches, especially because this one can only search obviously just the characters from their type. So quite sad. In general, I would say Doffy was my favorite card to play. I think he's a really strong card still. Sometimes I later use the Eustace Kid, especially if the Doffy is not enough anymore. Usually you play out maybe 1 or 2 Doffy and rest down the opponent's characters. But if you cannot finish them, he or she will gain a lot of more characters, and then 1 Doffy is sometimes not enough, so you need then the Eustace Kid to defend out of the attacks. Eustace Kid can, for 1 Don, if you rest him, play out a 2-cost blocker, like these 2 usually, and then you have 2 blocker, and usually he is as a 8 power character, usually quite strong, which you can counter out then with maybe your 2k Apus, or even this 0-cost event to just stay safe. Okay, then let's go into the gameplays. The first one is, wait a second. Oh, maybe we go first back to the lobby. Yeah, the first one is against Yamato. Definitely not the strongest character, or like the strongest leader at the moment, but Yamato is still really popular and a lot of people enjoy to play her, and she's a little pushy, so she can take with her leader ability 2 life at once if you cannot counter out, which is sometimes a problem for Jewelry Bonney, as we don't have so many counter power cards and a lot of bricks in the deck. So as you can see, we took the 2k counter instead of the Doffy. Even the Doffy is probably the way better card. But as you can see, the Yamato played a lot of strong and big characters. So I actually thought in this, like for the search, I thought like maybe we need to defend out of it. But then I thought while she was attacking and not establishing a body, like why not just taking the 2 cards? I mean, we have 5. We can counter out maybe in the future, like maybe her next attack or something. And now use our searcher for getting a bigger hand size. We are not playing against blue, so we don't have to be scared of pudding. And yeah, we can use quite a lot Searcher in this game if she's not starting to KOing them. So I'm playing down the second Baby 5. It is sometimes a problem to, or at least for me it's sometimes a problem to find like the sweet spot between how often should you attack the Searcher and when to go for life, especially if you're playing not a stall character like we are playing, like more more like a pushy character. The Ryuma is quite a strong play to KO some of the Searcher, but I'm not sure if Yamato should really skip our Searcher, because we're always gaining extra card advantage with them. And yeah, of course, especially in the early game, we don't need to play a lot of characters. We usually don't have so many small cost characters which we can cheat out or play out. So why not use our Searcher as often as we can. So we took the Doffy for our second search. It's nice that we can even take the Baby 5, otherwise this would have been a riff again. So you can see it's sometimes quite dangerous, especially if you already went through a lot of cards. To get a good amount of Searcher in, or like searches in. So now it's her turn. Yeah, there's the Nami. She can KO Cavendish, which is quite sad. 7 into life. We definitely use the leader ability to rest the Ryuma, so we can keep our Searcher, and probably we can search again if we want to. I think she also KO'd the Jewelry Bonney first, because I think we have more Supernova types than Don Quixote pirates, so it's more common to get one of the Supernovas. So that's why usually if you're playing against Jewelry Bonney, I think the Jewelry Bonney Searcher is the better call. Yeah, so at this turn I was looking for the double search, attacking into life and establishing a blocker. I was also thinking about the Hoodie Jones at this point, but then I cannot search, so yeah, it's quite an idea on what to play. I mean, the Hoodie Jones would give a lot of what do you say, like a lot of aggro at this point. Yeah, so we go 8 into 6 in the Ryuma. He needs to give us 2 cards, he probably will not. And also he cannot KO anything, so it's always respect the order. First KOing the Ryuma and then doing the searches in this turn. He's KOing out of it, not KOing, counter out of it, which is quite interesting. But why not? I mean, he had the event. Yeah, so we're doing the searches, getting another Doffy, nice. The set that we cannot take the Cavendish would be, Cavendish would be probably the best card at the moment, especially because we don't have a Cavendish. Another 2k counter, really nice. Now playing out a blocker and still have 1 down up, so he can only attack with 2 cards. If she's not, if she's not playing a rush character. So as you can see, we're trying to stall out quite long. We definitely cannot let this attack go, I think. We could use the blocker or counter out of it. I mean, our hand size is quite big, so we could use the counter, but yeah, I would say like a 1 card for Don is quite a nice investment. Kind of sad that he played out the Mihawk without an additional character. I think the Mihawk usually cheats out another character. So yeah, now we can play the Doffy. It's our turn to go. We cannot use the Baby 5s this turn, which is sad. Which we probably could have done if we had the Cavendish, at least for 1 search. But yeah, anyways, he plays out the NL. Really strong character in this turn, at least, because it's a rush character, so I was a little confused that he, she is even playing it, like Yamato. It's usually not playing NL so often. At least I never saw it before. Maybe she's trying something new, which is quite nice. Yeah, we let one attack go, counter out of the other one with the event. Really strong to get 2 of the events in the end. Usually a card you want to see in the later game when your hand size is quite big and you have a lot of big brick characters. Yeah, so I wasn't sure what to attack, but I took the Ryuma because the Annal's KO effect is if he would be KO'd, you can trash your life until you only have 1, and then he stays on the board, which is a little sad for us. So yeah, we leave it open. Also nice, we play another Doffy, rest some of the characters. He needs to use the Draco Mihawk. And now is the question, should we counter out? And yeah, the question is answered with an 0 cost event and a 2k. Nice that we still left them on board. And yeah, now is the question, should we go for a game or should we play our useless kid blocker and go more safe? He has a lot of, she has a lot of character, so I feel like maybe we can go for game at this point. So we could play out the Hoodie Jones and then do 3x 10 attacks. Yeah, I think this is the best call. Yeah, just going for the Hoodie Jones. Go 8 into life and then 10 and then 12. Or no, even 13 for the second one. He got the cat. I don't know why he didn't left it in hand. At this point I felt like he should have took it as even a 1k counter, but yeah, anyways, his hand was yeah, just an event and no counter card. I mean, the 1k counter wouldn't save him, but I would always, in the end, especially if I only have 1 life, I would always kept the card in hand, because I feel like yeah, I don't have a blocker, so if he lives this turn, then I would have lost this turn. So yeah, why not leave the 1k counter in hand? I mean, probably he said like, anyways, I don't mind, I lost it anyways, but usually I would keep it in my hand. Okay, the next one is against Doffy, and I feel that, or at least from my experience, Bonney is quite a strong leader against Doffy. The only card which is quite annoying is if the opponent is playing, or the Doffy is playing Red Hawk, which a lot of Doffys are not playing at the moment, at least in my yeah, my opinion, at least what I saw. Red Hawk is not the most prominent card. Sometimes they're playing the Raging Tiger, which is quite strong, but not so strong against us, because yeah, our mission usually is yeah, just Cavendish, I think. Yeah, I think at the moment I only play Carrot. Carrot could be also a character which you can bottom deck with Raging Tigers. As I think I didn't play Carrot that often. Also for Carrot it's quite sad because you cannot search her. We got the 0 cost event, which is a strong card, but we still have it, or already have it 2 times in hand. So we used it to rest down the Sengoku for not getting our Bonney Searcher KO'd, because we really need these Searcher, or Searchers in general. Nice, we got the Doffy, always quite important card. I feel like the most important cards are Doffy and Cavendish, in my opinion. I use them the most. Yeah, Cavendish for early game, Doffy for late game, and usually you want to see 1 or 2 Searcher in the early game so you can get some additional Searchers down, and it's always quite an advantage if the opponent don't respect your Searcher. Okay, he's playing out the Boa. He don't have any Jinbei and he didn't want to use his leader ability. Maybe he don't have any top deck rearrangements. I mean, the boar can rearrange now, but usually you want to do it first and then use the leader ability. So a little set for him. Okay, 2 done. Seven into 4, into 5 we rest the boar. Take the life. We could have countered out of it, but I feel like in the early game you usually wanna have some card advantage. So you can take sometimes life kind of aggressively, especially the first 2 or 3. 2 searches in, which is quite nice. I was debating on going into life or just give the turn back, because Doffy is some character which cycles through a lot of different characters and goes kind of fast into new characters, and especially because they're so low in cost and power, usually they are gone also quite fast. So he needs his life cards. So if you're playing like a stall character, like we are playing with the Bonney, it's sometimes a strategy to not let him get his life cards and then potentially going into Jimbei or something, or drawing into the Jimbei. So yeah, I feel like this turn point maybe we could use, yeah, we counter out, nice. Could have used a 0 cost event, but I wasn't sure if I really want to let my Shanks go. Because the Doffy I would definitely not let go, and there is a possibility to let the Useless Kid go, but I feel, especially against Doffy, Useless Kid is quite strong because he is a 6 cost character, especially with the second blocker for high attacks. He can dodge a lot of Doffy attacks for 1 turn, because usually he has only 5 or 6 cost characters. 5 or 6 power characters, and they need a lot of Don investment from him to get over the Useless Kid. Especially you want to go over with a lot of different, with way more Don than Useless Kid has as power, so maybe like 10 into 8 or even 11 or 12, and then you lose a lot of Don just for 1 attack, so the Useless Kid is quite a nice character. Yeah, we used the Searcher first, so our Cavendish can stand up to Don again. So now we can go 6 again into Boa, which is nice. He gave us a lot of cards. We play out the Basil Hawkins, which is a good answer, a really strong answer against removal. It's actually one of my favorite characters for green. He's not so beneficial always, but yeah, now you can see why he's so strong. So he's playing the Jozu. He want to give us our Basil Hawkins back to hand, but Basil Hawkins, if an effect would remove him from play, you can just rest an opponent character. So he should have attacked first and then play the Jozu, but he didn't want to risk the block, so he just played out the Jozu, and I think that's why he waited also some seconds, because he was a little confused, like what did he do wrong. And I feel like a lot of people make this mistake, and I did it also myself kind of often. Sometimes you just forget about these characters, especially if Bonney is not played so heavily anymore. And it's always a good surprise to play the Basil Hawkins. They want to remove him, and yeah, he's just resting in one of your characters. So he goes 7 into 6, we just give him a 2k, no need to counter out with our Basil Hawkins. Now we can counter out because it was his last attack. And yeah, he basically achieved, at least from my point of view, like nearly nothing. He played a 7 cost character, which is nice, and cheated out Boa Hancock. And our board remains the same, which is quite nice. We still have our bigger blocker, the Basil Hawkins, we still have the Cavendish, we play the Doffy, and now we can use our Cavendish to stand up to Dons. He's only at 3 card life size, so we are kind of close to achieving our goal of starve him out. At this point, we attacked with 6 into Weevil. We could have also attacked into Moria to make kind of safe that he needs to let the card go. But I felt at this point, it doesn't matter if he gives us a 1 or 2k. He needs to give us 1 card. And if he has a 2k anyways, then he would even save his Moria. So I thought like also his board was full, so just attack into him. Okay, at this point we are quite unlucky because he gives us a pudding. So our hand size 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 goes back to 5, which is really annoying. This is also one big counter card to Bonney, which I forgot at the beginning. Yeah, the pudding is really devastating. Also even 11 cards at the moment. So we lost just 6 cards with 1 card of our opponent. We still have a good diversity of cards which we draw. Doffy quite strong, the Eustace Kid is nice, we even got a blocker with the Eustace Kid. They could have gave us a different card for Cavendish, maybe 2k would have been nice, but otherwise this is nearly a perfect hand for redrawing. So we are able to fight the next turn. It's a little confusing why he didn't went for a card of our board. I would probably went into the Cavendish because it's quite a strong card, and yeah, he gives up at this point. We starved him out kind of well. Probably at this turn we could have attacked with the Doffy, with the Basil maybe, and then Cavendish or something like this. So, and also the Bonney maybe. So he probably would have lost like 2 to 3 of his board card. Play out another Doffy for resting some characters. Maybe for Searcher. Search the card. And still have 1 turn open for resting another. So I feel like, yeah, at this point the power level from us changed quite heavily, and we went to the more dominant player in this game because he probably couldn't have done a lot after this turn. I mean, he would have drawn the Red Hawk, which is quite scary, and 2 times, so he could have removed 2 characters. Also the Jimbei is really nice for him, but I feel like this turn, like maybe next turn, we could have just went for life, like just going straight into life. He would have gone 3k counter, and if his board was kind of empty, then even the Red Hawk wouldn't have helped him a lot. Okay, so let's check out the next game, and we are playing against another strong push character, the Purple Luffy. Obviously one of the strong meta picks at the moment. I try to get some of the strong meta picks for you to show. We riffed with the Jewelry Bonney, which is really sad, feels so bad. Play out a character and yeah, don't get any advantage from it. Purple Luffy, oh, he cannot play anything for the first 2 turns, which is really nice for us. Kinda like a riff on his side. We're playing out another Searcher. We can only get a 2k counter, which is fine, I would say. As he don't play any character, we can just leave no Dawn open. 2-6. He could go, yeah, he's ramping up, then probably play the Luffy character. He went into our Searcher. We probably give the blocker, because our blocker we can let go, but the Searcher would be nice for our hand advantage. Yeah, he's playing out the Luffy. We only have the Zoro Searcher. It's also quite nice card, but the Sanji would have been better. He's searching the Sanji. Maybe for next turn he can play the Luffy Taro again. We could have also went last turn into his life more aggressively with 7 into 5. Because Luffy don't want to get so many big hits in the early game. Because usually he want to ramp up his Dawn by himself. So yeah, I was thinking about playing the carrot. I cannot I cannot rest anything or stop it from attacking because nothing is rest except for the leader. And carrot can only rest characters. But I thought like it's better than nothing. Obviously a Cavendish would have been better. And he's playing even the Lin, really strong. Pushes a card back to our life. Yeah, we need to use our leader ability now for resting the Zoro. Or the Zoro Juro. We take the attack, getting another Doffy, quite nice. We need to counter out of this because just a 5k attack, they are too easy to not get counter out of it, and it's like a big disadvantage if we couldn't. Yeah, really sad that we couldn't take the Cavendish. We definitely need that, well, we would have needed it in the last turns. And now we only have 7 non-open. So we cannot play the big characters, so I just thought, why not playing just a blocker and go into his characters, so we get 1 attack less, but he counters out quite heavily. So we can only play a blocker and give the turn back to him. Yeah, so at this point, if the opponent gets rid of your searchers quite fast, then you cannot do a lot about it. And another Lin, he's gaining another life, pushes our killer back to life, and yeah, we can only rest the character and let our searcher go. I mean, it's also not that bad because he pushed with the Lin a lot of character into our life, and because he did that, we stalled also the game. So now is our time to go into the Doffy place. And as we cannot attack with our Bonney into some of his characters, we just go straight for life. He's using the Gum Giant, which I'm not sure if this was the right call. Maybe he just wanted to recycle his hand and didn't want to take a 2k or 1k for this attack. Or just let it go, I don't know. Yeah, 7 into life. We could use the 0 cost event or let our carrot go. Probably the 0 cost is the better idea. We will maybe not need the Shanks. His board is just too wide. And he even has a rush character, so he can go straight into our life again. We could counter out, but probably we take it. I'm not sure at this point. Maybe we can counter out. It's just a 7k attack, but yeah, it's like we have to let our... Ah yeah, sure, he can attack with the Lin again. Okay, I forgot about the Lin, so then probably, yeah, countering out was the right call. Not taking too many lives at one point, re-resting down all of his Lins and Luffy Taro, the strongest characters he played, and then go straight into his character. I was debating on going into life, but I thought he only has... I need to push for life. He has still 4 lives, so not only, he still has 4 lives. So I need to start to push a little into them. And maybe getting a chance in the future to even go for life. Because we can play still another Doffy to rest down the same characters. But he still always has 3 attacks, so yeah, not so easy for us to get around them. Okay, so we are now just at 1 life. It's nice that we got the 0 cost event. Yeah, so at this point, what should we do? Just go straight into his cards again. We definitely just need a chance to make his board smaller. So he loses more of his character, and it's quite nice that we have the Doffy again. So we are gaining a lot of big characters and he cannot get rid of them. So at this point, yeah, he only has 1 attack now. If he's not having another Sanji, but I think it's quite unlikely. So at this point, we could give him 4 cards, which is a problem, because I actually don't want to give him 4 cards. So yeah, we just take it. He's playing a blocker, really sad. And now at this point, we are quite in trouble. No life. No Doffy anymore for resting character, and all of our cards cannot help us a lot to get rid of his board. I don't know his hand, so maybe he bricked a little. Maybe he has 3 2 cost, I don't know. 2k counter. So at this point, I was just checking. If we can go for his characters. We could play the useless kid for establishing a blocker, which he needs to KO first, but the problem is we don't have a small blocker to cheat out with useless kid, which is quite sad. Would have been so great if we had a Rosinante. Okay, he lets the Charlotte Linden go, which is quite important for us. So now he's giving us a 2k, he probably only had one in hand or something. Yeah, so we need to yeah, get over 3 attacks with Useless Kid. So we can just give him a Don and hope for the best. Yeah, we can... Oh no, we actually only have to go through 2 attacks because of our leader ability. We left 1 Don open. So we probably can rest the blocker if he attacks with the Useless Kid. Yeah, he would probably just go with the Linden. And I think, yeah, we can block that. 3, 2, yeah, we can get out of this attack, which is really nice. Usually at the end of the game as a Bonney player, you usually don't have enough counter power, but we saved some, so we can save our Useless Kid. So next turn we probably, yeah, can win. So now he goes probably 9 into 8. If he's not having a blocker, but he maybe feels also kind of safe. He has still 3 lives. At his point, yeah, he's playing a blocker. Yeah, he's playing safe. He could have also went 8 into Useless Kid and leave 1 Don open for maybe getting a Gum Giant. So he left 2 Dons open just to make safe. If its life is giving him a Gum Giant that he can't even use it. Yeah, so now I was debating on going for the board or going for his directly for his life. I felt like why not trying to get his board as we have a strong blocker, the Useless Kid, and also getting a blocker from our draw. Yeah, our Rosinante we got is probably one of the better, or probably the best blocker you can cheat out with Useless Kid. And we technically have all our Don free, so it's quite a good position for us. Yeah, so just go... Yeah, 10 is probably fine, 10 into Useless Kid. Then we can go probably 10 just in straight in life. And then... Yeah, I was a little scared that I did a mistake there, so I thought a long time about it. Just go 10 into him. Yeah, I should have attacked with Useless Kid and then cheat out the Rosinante. But I didn't thought about this at the moment, so I just cheated it out and didn't play that by himself, because the 9 cost attack would have been way better than just another 10 cost attack from Jewelry Bonney. So we could have done another attack and maybe get out the blocker, I don't know. So yeah, he is probably searching for some blocker. I don't know what he's searching at this point. He lost like his whole board. He's definitely in a really bad position now, and yeah, he gives up. He don't have any Gum Giants, any support cards which can get him out of this. And next turn he will get 3 10 cost attack, 1 8 cost and 8 power, and then probably all on Jewelry Bonney. So really nice game. As you saw, there was quite a difficult situation at the beginning. We didn't have any good searches, we riffed even, we didn't have our Cavendish, but we managed to come back. Maybe the Luffy also didn't have the optimal cards, or the most optimal cards, but it's not every day that you, or all the time that you get always the perfect curve. So I feel like Jewelry Bonney can definitely compete against Purple Luffy. Yeah, I have another Purple Luffy game for us today. I was just checking if it's the same match. Yeah, at this point we don't mulligan, we just play out our searcher. We going first. Usually you want to go second, obviously, because of your big characters. You can sometimes go also first if you want to take away from the opponent. I just try to take the going first away from Luffy, because usually Luffy want to go first, and if he cannot go first, he uses quite a lot of advantage over the game. Yeah, so take the 2k counter and then just 6 into life. Because now we can attack first, and it's really nice if he uses life, like he always needs to give us some counter, even if we attack with small hits, because usually he don't wanna take his lives from our attacks. He usually wanna take the lives from our from his own leader ability. Yeah. So Zoro Juro search, he searches another 2k. He didn't use his leader ability, I don't know why. Maybe he thought there's no big advantage for it, and he's maybe using it next turn for going then into 7, but yeah, I don't know. Jewelry Bonney is not the most pushiest, the most pushiest leader, so he probably could have afforded 1 life less. As we also cannot do anything, we just play the blocker and go into his life. 6 into life, we rest his leader, take our first life, and he's playing the queen. He's probably searching for some cards. Maybe he don't have any Luffy Taro, or some card he can cheat out with it. So yeah, maybe he just trying to recycle his hand a little. Luffy has also a problem, Purple Luffy, that it can how do you say, like brick kinda easily. Yeah, usually Luffy is playing also a lot of characters without counter, and that's why you definitely need also the Gum Gum Giant to recycle a lot of cards. He probably left also 1 down open for the Gum Gum Giant. So if we attack maybe with a 7 or even an 8 or something, we can expect him to use the Gum Gum Giant. But anyways, we taking the Hoodie Jones. I feel like he plays definitely really defensive. So I just take the Hoodie Jones. We have a blocker on field, so even if he is trying to KO in the next turn, we can just counter out of it or use our blocker. Hoodie Jones is quite a strong card with 8 cost, 8 power. Really good for a clapback to sometimes also with Jewelry Bonney. You can sometimes go a little aggressive with the Hoodie Jones. So what is he doing? He has 1 done open. Yeah, if he has a Gum Gum Giant, he probably will use it. He's playing kind of slow. Maybe I go up to 2 speed. Yeah, he counters out, but not with the Gum Gum Giant. Okay. He gives us 2 2k counters. I'm not sure about this. Maybe he don't have any 1k counter, but it always feels a little sad for just using 1k counters. And then he takes the life. Okay. So now he is to 7 life. 7 life, 7 done, of course. I'm a little confused about all of the different names and terms. Always saying it wrong. So yeah, this is his turn for playing Luffy Taro and Sanji. The Searcher Sanji. Is his name Sanji Juro? I don't know. Yeah, he goes 8 into 8. This is definitely not a good idea. We give him just a 1k. Maybe he just wanted to get some cards off our hands, I don't know, but if he really wanted to get rid of our card, he probably would have gave us more, or invested more down in general. And there's the Zorojuro set. He maybe didn't draw a Luffy Taro, which can happen as well. Sometimes you draw too many and sometimes you draw none. So now we're going 8 into 6 with our Hoodie Jones. Let's see if he gives us a blocker or if he takes it. He takes the attack and lets the Zoro go. Maybe we can play the Basil Hawkins, so just 7 into life, and we still have 7. And play out the Basil and give him the turn back. So let's see if he can finally play out Luffy Taro. It's probably a little late for applying a lot of pressure, but he needs to do something. Yeah, he gets a draw. We are resting his leader because even if the blocker has more power, he probably will not attack with the queen. We will maybe leave it open for a block next turn, like in my turn. Yeah, so let's see what he's doing. Oh no, he goes 8 into life, okay. He takes it. Getting a 2k, nice. Now we can play the Doffy. Nice that he attacked so we can rest or keep 3 of his characters rested. So just 5 into life. Maybe he gives us the blocker so we can then KO the Sanji and rest the blocker. Or keep the blocker rested with the Doffy. Because the Sanji with his on-attack drawing is way stronger than all of his other characters. Even if they are blocker, I think Sanji is probably the stronger card. So yeah, I think I'll rest all of the characters, yeah sure, and then leave the leader open. So all of them are 6k power attacker. Oh, he goes 5 into life, okay. We can probably block it with Basil. Or give him just a 1k. Maybe just give a 1k, I don't know. Maybe he's playing the 9 power secret rare, which is already in his trash. No, okay, he's not playing it out. He plays out another blocker and the Bon Clay, quite a strong card. Bon Clay is really scary, especially against us because we have so many big characters and he can go quite easy on a clapback then. So yeah, we will go straight into his board. We try to get rid of the Sanji, probably lets it go. And then with Hoodie Jones, oh no, he has another. Okay, cool. He gives us another 2k, really nice. So we got a Gum Gum Giant and a Usopachi. Okay, he's countered out with another 2k. Quite strong. I probably need to let the Basil Hawkins open. Otherwise he will KO with the Bon Clay our Doffy next turn. So we will probably just play the Doffy and rest down the Sanji. Maybe 2 kids or 1 kid and 1 queen, something like this. Yeah, we will rest the same characters down. Now let's see what he's doing. He probably will go with the Bon Clay into our Doffy. Or into our Hoodie Jones and take the attack from Doffy. Yeah, maybe it's the better idea to take the attack from Doffy and the power and then go into Hoodie Jones. He's playing Usopachi and he wanted to rest down our blocker. Yeah, he's writing oops. He didn't saw that Usopachi only can rest 5 cost or lower and not 6 cost. So the Basil Hawkins, quite a strong card. I really have to admit, I really love this card. 12 into 8, we probably let this go. Hoodie Jones did a lot of work for us. It's fine if we let him go. Also, our blocker is probably needed in the future. Okay, oh no, okay. We counter out of it, why not? I thought let it go is also a good idea, but I feel like at this point he only has 2 cards in hand. His board is not the strongest and we need some attacks for next turn. So we can get rid of most of his most of his attacks, so yeah. We took the attack. We probably could have countered out with blocked with Basil Hawkins. Would have been probably the right play. He draws another Gum Gum Giant. Okay. Carrot is quite nice to keep one of his character rested. So we just go straight 10 into Sanji because we really want to get rid of this character. Now I was thinking like definitely not attacking the Eustace Kid. Yeah, so now baiting out the other Eustace Kid blocker so I can KO it as well. Because I will not win this round anyways, so I just want to get rid of most of his cards from the board. So if we go 5 into Bonclay, I bet for sure that he would have used the Eustace Kid, and I was right. So yeah, I went now with the 8 power Hoodie Jones into the Bonclay, I think. And then used the carrot to rest down yeah, the Eustace Kid. I just used some extra run because why not? We had so many anyways. Just rest the Eustace Kid and give him the turn back, and yeah, from here on, this was probably the most important turn for us. So yeah, this was the change. We KO'd most of his board, he lost his powering position, and now we can just counter out of his attacks. Yeah, just give him a 2k. He's playing a Charlotte Linden, nice, he's getting an extra life. I hope he's not pushing our... yeah, he is also doing the mistake. We just rest his Charlotte Linden. Quite sad for him. Yeah, and he surrenders here. He just forgot about our Basil Hawkins. Like I told you, a lot of people forget about this character. It can be sometimes a brick as well because it doesn't have any counter. Also, this card, yeah, is 7 power, is not the strongest at the moment. Like Eustace Kid with 8 is way better. Like 8 is a way better threshold than the 7. But yeah, the his activate main effect, or like it's not even an activate main, I don't even know what is standing here, but his ability to not get removed is, or can be, so strong. You can play around, but sadly for the opponent it's not always working. Okay, so our last game is into Nico Robin. So she is also a difficult leader for us to play against. Trashing cards from our life is a disadvantage because we need cards in our hand to counter out, to get some big characters, to deal with the opponent's pushing characters. Quite nice that we got the Cavendish, really important card. But we're playing against Nico Robin, which means she probably is playing Nami. Yeah, there is Nami, and Nami is such a strong card against our 5-cost Cavendish. Is quite sad. Nice for us that she didn't attack our searcher. So definitely we go for a search, and we rift again. So sad, and all of the Doffys now at the bottom of our deck. This hurts a lot, like we really want to see our Doffy. So we can only go 7 into life. Oh, she's even getting the Shirahoshi for recycling her cards. She's trashing a Bonney and a Nico Robin. Play out a Nico Robin, trash one of our life cards, which hurts a lot. And 5 into life. She's trashing Nami, so she probably have another one. But I feel, yeah, it doesn't matter, I don't know. Like, also she can get the trigger from Nami, it's always risky to play out the Cavendish. So I actually didn't want it to lose the carrot. But at this point I probably didn't have any choice. If I would have known that I got a Cavendish, then probably I would have trashed the Cavendish. Because the carrot is also a nice card. At least she is establishing something. She could have rested the Nico Robin. Yeah, so we use the Cavendish, use our lead ability, use our searcher for 1 Don. Ooh. 6 into 6. He probably counters out. I just want to get some cards out of his hand. I could have also went into life, but maybe he lets it go, I don't know. Now he will play for sure, or she will play out for sure the Nami. Oh no, she's trashing one of our life cards again. Hurts a lot again, but still better than getting our Cavendish KO'd. Yeah, so now she's going 8, probably 9 or 10 into our life, so we probably... Oh no, she's only going 8. Maybe she has 2 Gum Giants open, I don't know. Why you should leave 2 Don open? I don't know. Yeah, we are letting it go. Ah, she wanted to KO our searcher. There was a possibility to give a 2k counter for our searcher. To search this round again, but I always feel quite sad, or not quite sad, but I always feel it's not worth it losing a counter for a searcher. It's usually just a 1-cost character. Yeah. And at the moment we are definitely not in the greatest spot. So we maybe need to take whatever we get and keep it a little safe for Nico Robin leader not trashing all of our life cards. Yeah, we're just going straight into live. Let's see. He's asking for the for our Basil Hawkins. She's also a little confused about or not sure about it. So as I said, like Basil Hawkins, definitely a cool character. A lot of people are confused about his ability. Depends also on which level of player you are fighting against, but usually I would say. Yeah, then we establish another blocker, the Kid blocker, and resting her leader down so she cannot trash on our life. Give her the blocker. She goes 8 into life, 8 into Cavendish, and we cannot let Cavendish go. We need this character. It's such a strong extra utility card. Yeah, so at this point, what can we do? Should we play out the blocker, the Eustace Kid, but we don't have anything to cheat out? Should we play the Shanks to just get rid of the blocker and just go straight for life? Or KOing the Nico Robin? We still have 2 life cards and a 0-cost event, so yeah, I thought at this point maybe go a little bit more aggressive. Play out the Shanks. Take 7 into 5 in the blocker, get rid of his board, because these are his only characters which can even gain some value. So he only has now the Kikonojo left and 2 cards in hand, so it can be not that dangerous for us. And we still have a blocker, Basil Hawkins, 7 power, 7k power. There is the Nami, so sad. There's our Cavendish, gone. He's playing the Searcher, the Professor Clover. Let's see what he's get. Okay, she draws the Sanji blocker. Nice. Yeah, maybe 7 into life. Wait. Maybe 7 into life is the better idea, or even higher. Because the Kikonojo 6 into life, I can just counter out. Or I can just block out. Oh, he used the Katakuri and he forgot about the ability again. So we just rest his Kikunojo. This probably hurt a lot, but I feel at this point, yeah, anyways. We just rest his Katakuri and counter out with our blocker. Quite sad play that he played the Katakuri and wanted to remove our Base Hawkins this way. So he just gifted us a minus attack for himself. Yeah, really unlucky. Yeah, so now we can just end the game. Okay, he gets the Nico Robin. 11 into life. Yeah, it's really unlucky for him that he thought that Base Hawkins is a 6 cost, but it can happen. Sometimes everybody is doing mistakes. Let's see what his hand was. Yeah, another Katakuri which he couldn't use against our Base Hawkins. The Shirahoshi can quite brick herself also, just a 1k counter. And the Sanji blocker would have been also nice, but yeah, wouldn't save him at all, so yeah. Kinda unlucky, we just outvalued the opponent a little. So yeah, let's go back to oh, not the buggy, the Bonney. Yeah, to our decklist. So I quite enjoyed the deck. I played it maybe like 1 or 2 seasons ago and I was really not a big fan of it. But nowadays with the new additions like Carrot for example, and also the Shanks, I feel the deck is getting better. Also a second blocker is nice to work with. It feels quite sad if you're riffing. To be honest, it's so sad if you're using the searcher and get no value out of it, and then maybe use it also lose it also next turn from a small attack or something. So I feel like the deck would be way better if most of the cards would be either Supernova or Don Quixote Pirates. But you cannot afford to skip the Don Quixote Doflamingo. If they bring out a character like Doffy, but just as a Supernova, then this deck would be so much stronger in my opinion. Because then you can leave out this Searcher and this and the Doffy. Is this a Doffy? Ah, this is also a Doffy card. Okay, this is quite nice, and I probably would think it would be really sad to miss out this card as well. But yeah, it's prominently this card which you need from the Doffy Pirates. And I also saw some people not even playing the Baby 5 and Baby 5 2k counter. So they will go more on a Supernova package. Play maybe more out of the Scratchman Apu or even other characters. So I enjoyed the decklist a lot. Some small changes I would maybe do is maybe play another Hoodie Jones. And I didn't play Shanks as often. I heard from a lot of players that they enjoyed Shanks a lot. In my opinion, usually I use the Doflamingo and didn't really had the chance to play the Shanks. Maybe it's more like a red character type of guy to get rid of maybe some other Shanks. Maybe I need to test a little more with the decklist. But otherwise, I quite enjoyed the decklist. I would definitely play it like this and be happy about it. As I said, the only negative side is the riffs. But otherwise, usually you can compete against a lot of characters and a lot of decks. Black is definitely a strong deck against you, a strong leader like Smoker and Lucci. You don't have so much chance against them. This is quite unfortunate. Maybe also why this deck has some problems against them. Blackbeard is maybe in the middle. The on-play effects hurt a lot. Because I think nearly all of your characters, maybe, okay, the user's kid not, but he's not a big threat against the tank cost Blackbeard. And otherwise, nearly all of them, maybe the Cavendish also when they're attacking. And this one, once per turn. Yeah, but most of the cards are on play. So, yeah, she definitely don't have any green activate main cards, which she probably needs to compete against Blackbeard. Maybe that's why she also fell off a lot. Or a little. But yeah, I feel like against Smoker and Lucci, it feels so bad playing with her. They can KO most of your cards. The Basil Hawkins feels kind of nice against the list. But otherwise most other characters can be KO'd so fast. It's a really big disadvantage against Lucci. She definitely needs a activate main and something in protection against black, then she would be quite a strong character. Maybe something like Doffy, but just activate main as a supernova type. And then you need to find another card for this one, maybe also a supernova card, and then maybe a blocker which cannot be KO'd. And this deck would be probably meta, or like a strong meta contester at any point. Otherwise, anything else I wanna add? You can definitely afford to go down a little in your carrots. Depends a little on how much you're playing against Doffy or maybe Betty or something. And these type of decks, she's really strong. But against bigger character decks, she's usually not that strong. Some people also play the one-cost Capone Beiji. I decided not to play because he doesn't have any power counter. And the deck also feels so tight. I would have liked to play most of these characters as a 4-off. So yeah, you want to make some cuts for the consistency. But anyways, I hope you liked the deck list. I hope you liked the gameplays. Maybe you want to test out Bonney in the future as well. She's quite a lot of fun to play. I heard a lot of people don't like the stalling gameplay, the more green style, but I enjoyed it quite a lot. Playing a little bit on a control side, it's a lot of fun sometimes too. Can be a little bit longer than maybe like a fast Bello-Betty gameplay, for example, but in general, I think it was quite fun to play. Maybe I will test out a little more with her. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Maybe check out some of the older videos. Maybe you can find your favorite leader and get some inspiration. And write in the comments if you have some other ideas about the deck or about other decks. And then see you in the next video. Bye.